here with another video. Today we got the reaction video I promised you guys. Sorry I did not do it last night, something came up. Sorry guys. But right here now I have to speak low because I'm recording this in the morning. Early in the morning. I don't want to wake everybody up. And also guys, new video maybe tomorrow or Tuesday, I'm not sure, but you'll see the video come up. And also, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and yeah, let's just, dang it, I got no jokes. Alright, let's get into the video. Ooh, okay, I like the intro. Also, guys, this is not my animations. I do draw, but like, this is not mine. This is Llama Arts. So do not support me for this. So for this, the video I'm showing you guys, it is Llama Arts, not me. So go subscribe to Llama Arts. So yeah, they make a lot of good videos. So let's just get into the video now.
Back in high school, I took a mysteries and mythology type class, or something like that. I don't remember the name of the class. It basically just had to do with real life mysteries and creepy shit. I was into that kind of stuff. I was taking the class with a good friend, who I'll call Ben for this story. The teacher of the class took us on a field trip to a nearby abandoned village with an unknown past. The village was built in the early 1900s, but seems as though it had been quickly abandoned shortly after it was built. The bus ride there was about 20 minutes. All of us were glued to the bus windows as we pulled up some sketchy-looking, decrepit road cutting through dense forest.
Ooh, dang.
The road eventually led to a clearing. We were there. We stepped out onto the road, which had grass growing through the cracks. The grass surrounding was almost knee-high. Then there were the buildings.
Oh man.
The tall, archaic brick buildings with the boarded-up windows all gave off such chilling vibes.
Oh gosh.
The teacher lined all 20 of
Even
us up,
smoke.
counted heads, and then began leading the way. The point of this little field trip was to use the so-called skills we learned in class to see if we could put anything together about why the village may have been abandoned so long ago. Some of the buildings had holes in the walls to serve as entryways. There were even holes in the ground next to some of the buildings, seemingly dug to get into the basements of some of the buildings, which seemed creepy. There was one building, though. It stood taller than any of the others. It just intrigued me the most. While the teacher was leading the group towards the village church, Ben and I decided to sneak off on our own to look for anything interesting.
Oh no.
When we walked off in the direction of the tallest building, we saw a hole in the ground. It was dug by the back door of the building, which had been sealed off. In the hole was a ladder, which led down to the concrete floor below. We both looked at each other and knew we had to do it.
Alright,
Ben
Alright. Guys, this is just something to say. Never, like when you're on a field trip and you see something scary, usually do not go towards it. Do not. You see a like if you're a little kid, like, and you, oh, my bad, and you see a creepy guy, a little sketchy guy, like across the street, don't go towards him. You don't know what could happen. If your parent is not around, do not go towards them. They could easily just snatch you up and do something with you. I'm not gonna go in depth about it because maybe there's children watching my channel, so I'm not gonna go in depth about it, but guys, do not do it. Alright, let's get back into the video now.
climbed down first, then me. Luckily, this was just around the time Apple started putting flashlights on their phones, so we had a source of light. It was creepy down there.
You know, so I got an iPhone 6.
There were a couple of beer bottles, one graffiti tag on the wall, and dusty wooden planks everywhere.
There is nothing.
There was a wooden stairway which led up to complete darkness, since all windows and doors had been sealed shut from above.
Looks like
We had
Granny's
already
house
gone as far as to enter the building, so we figured we'd go up the stairs too.
Granny's house, but worse.
I went first, and with each step,
Supposed
The
to make
creepiness of the
everything goes
100-year-old
first.
wood made me feel as if I was going to fall through each and every step. Ben
Oh
followed
yes,
suit.
yes, I do feel that. I feel you.
This floor of the building was very tight. It seemed like there were many openings going off into different, smaller rooms. It was so
Oof.
dark in there, you would never even guess it was daytime.
Yep.
Ben and I were honestly starting to get creeped out in there,
Does
and
not.
agreed
It
to
looks
go
like
back
night.
outside.
Yes,
But just
please
then,
do it.
there was a noise
Do it.
in one of the tiny rooms,
Ooh.
like a big rock hitting the concrete floor.
Ooh. Oh snap!
A normal instinct
That kind
would
of
be to
scared
run,
me. Especially
but Ben and
in
I
the room by
froze,
myself right now.
locked eyes
It's
for a
really
moment,
extremely
then
dark.
both tiptoed over to the opening of the room. We shined the lights into the room and ran.
Oh, ow!
We ran
Not
back
really
down
used
the
to light
stairs and then up the
because,
rusty ladder back outside.
I kind of just woke up.
We caught up to the group out of breath. We didn't say anything though to avoid getting in trouble.
Yep, you better not.
One of our
Better
classmates
not say
asked us
anything.
what was wrong. We told him we snuck into one of the buildings.
Is he
And
gonna
in
tell
one
the
of the
teacher?
rooms, when we shined the light into it, we
Is he gonna tell
saw
one of the
3 guys
teachers?
standing maybe 10 feet away from the doorway,
Oh,
facing Ben and I in a weird formation, as if they were waiting for us.
Snap. Ooh. Scary, man.
As we continued following the group, we paid extra attention to the tall building we entered from the distance. And before leaving, we saw a person's face at one of the higher level windows that had not been boarded up. We never told the teacher in fear of getting in trouble.
Is there
We didn't know
is
what
there
to
a person
think.
in each window?
Were those just homeless people living in there? Were they
Yes,
gang members
probably.
in hiding?
Oh.
Ben freaks me out with his theory. He says they were ghosts of the people who once lived in the town.
Ooh.
Still, the way the 3
But
guys were
they're
just
not
hauntingly
real.
standing there so
Ghosts aren't
calmly,
real.
staring at us the moment we peeked our heads through that
Hopefully,
doorway,
ghosts aren't real.
I still can't get that image out of my head. I may go back to that village one
Talk
day,
about bad ghosts. not-
just to prove Ben's idea
Don't.
wrong.
Don't go back. Sit. Oh. Oh, what's gonna happen? Oh. Alright, so yeah. Check out Llama Arts. The logo is with the llama with the pencil in his hand. This video was actually pretty cool. It was actually kind of scary. The part where they showed he revealed that she saw 3 people. I looked back at my door. Yeah. Excuse me. So, yeah. So now we're gonna put on another one by Llama Arts. And let me know if you guys want to see more of these scary stories. Me reacting to them. Like, I think it's fun. I actually think it's fun. You guys can learn more about me, and you guys can get advice on stuff not to do. Also, some mistakes I did. Yeah, so let's just get into the next video. Ooh, wee! That epic intro, man. Alright, so, guys, this is the next, this is the next video. Also, let's see. Yeah, go subscribe to Llama Arts. If you're not subscribed to Llama Arts, then go subscribe to Llama Arts. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video that I'm making and the video that Llama Arts is doing. But if you don't want anybody reacting to it, you just want to hear the video itself, you don't want to hear my stupid comments, then go watch Llama Arts, because it's the whole video. And so yeah, let's get into this. I got no jokes anymore. Wow. Now wait, let's play that. Jesus. Oh my god, I
This
just
happened
looked
when
back
I
on
was
my
15
door.
years old. My best friend Anthony wanted me to come over for the night since his parents would be gone all weekend. I rode my bike over and put it in his backyard before letting
How
myself
long
in through
is
his back
this?
door.
801.
We played basically every video game he had, from FIFA all the way to Call of Duty, with popcorn and other
Call of
junk
Duty.
food spilled out all
Where's
over
the
the
Fortnite
floor.
at?
As the night progressed,
Fortnite
we
at?
moved from video games to watching half a
Minecraft.
movie and getting bored, to doing prank calls at close to 10 o'clock.
Oh no.
Anthony made a
Don't
few
do
calls
that.
to different pizza
Alright, guys, I'm just letting you know this is not from a bad experience. I never tried prank calling. Do not prank call, because if you prank call the wrong person, something could happen, and like they could call the police. Something bad could happen. Just do not prank call. It's not good. Do not do it. If you prank call the wrong person, something could happen. I don't know. Like anything could happen. And most importantly, do not dial 911 as a prank. Do not do it. Alright, let's get into the video.
places. When it was my turn, I just dialed a few random numbers in hopes to get someone at their house. On, say, my fourth attempt, I finally reached somebody. A guy with a deep and rough voice picked up, answering with a yeah instead of a hello. Anthony's laughing in the background made me stumble with my words mid-sentence, ultimately cracking up into laughter.
Why are you guys doing
I had
this?
never done a prank call, so I sucked at
Why are
it.
they doing that?
The guy on the other end was silent. I
Oof.
regained a straight face and tried to continue with the call.
Oof.
It went something like this. Sir, would it be alright if I borrowed one of the wheels from your car? What's your name, kid? My name is Bob. Really?
Of course.
You sure it's not?
Of course his name has to be Bob. Of course it has to be Bob. Of all the names he chooses, it has to be Bob.
It's not Anthony?
How?
It hit me like a brick. I looked up at
How do you
Anthony,
know?
whose face was noticeably full of fear. I hung up the phone, not wanting to be on the line with whoever that was for another second. Anthony,
Who was that?
how was that? I asked him. I don't know, he told me. Does your caller ID info display your name or something? No, it shows my dad's name. We hopped on the computer and did some research, trying to
He
figure out
probably
how it was
guessed.
possible to get
Yeah,
someone's
he
name through their
guessed.
phone number.
Nah.
It
How
didn't
did he
make
know
sense
that?
how he could get Anthony's name so quickly.
Is he stalking
He was
them?
way too young at the time to be on any of those personal information
Is he
sharing
watching
websites. We ended up asking a question on Yahoo Answers, since no one had a similar experience. The question turned up no answers.
Oh.
I suggested he call his dad, but he said he wasn't supposed to have anybody over for the weekend, so he didn't want to call. We planned on sleeping in the living room, so we just resumed
And
watching the
especially
movie
his dad
that we hadn't
probably
finished
would
from
get
earlier.
mad.
Right after the phone call
What
had
was
left
gonna
my
happen?
mind, me and Anthony looked at each other when we heard his front storm door opening, and then the
Oh,
doorknob to the
no.
front door began to turn.
Oof. No.
It only was able to turn about halfway before the lock restricted it. Anthony turned off the TV, and I went over to the window to see who it was. I spread the blinds open.
Alright.
Those-
Dude, duck down. He could easily see you. He could easily just go to the window. I don't know, if he has like a gun or something, then he could easily knock down the glass. Dude, be smart. Just duck down and look, go to the side, go more to the right or left. And no, probably right in his angle.
There was a tall guy
then look.
standing outside. He noticed the blinds moving
Guy.
and turned to
That's
look
the
at me.
guy. I knew it. See, I knew it. I knew it was gonna happen, alright? I can see the future, man. I can see the future,
practically
boys.
threw the blinds back into place. Me and Anthony hid in the kitchen, listening for any more noises. We heard the sound of the gate to the backyard opening, as it was right
Hey,
outside
they're
the
done.
kitchen window.
They're done.
I forgot to shut the back door. Anthony
Oh, they
urged me to
done.
run and shut it.
They are done.
I made it to the hallway leading to his back
Okay,
door
why couldn't
and
he do
froze. There was a silhouette standing outside the back door. I don't think he noticed me, but he was surely looking into the house. He opened
Oof.
the door and stepped inside.
Oh no.
I tiptoed to the kitchen and motioned for Anthony to follow me upstairs. We made it to his
Oh.
room as quietly as
Look at that
possible,
rusty
pulling the door
TV.
shut
Oh
to
my
avoid
God.
making any noise. We crawled under his bed. He had cloth covering the bottom of his bed, so you couldn't.
Alright. Of course underneath the bed. That's one of the... Nah, don't... That's one of the most... No, actually, it's so hard to find someone underneath the bed. It's so hard. Of course it's not. You easily just take off the covers. You're done for. You can just easily go from the left side, lock the door, and you're done. And go on the second floor. You can't jump out no window, bro. You're done, bro. Sheesh.
Couldn't see anything under it unless you actually moved the cloth. The doors downstairs all opened, each one getting closer to the stairs. Thumps finally began up the stairs, and he was right outside the door now. The door to the room opened.
Oh god, we're gonna die. How are they not worried or anything?
I could hear Anthony's breathing. It was too loud. Footsteps moved over to the closet, and then the closet opened. I could hear the coat hangers being slid around as the fabric of the jackets and coats rubbed against each other.
Looking for them.
Footsteps moved over to the bed and stopped. I felt like my heart was about to explode out of my chest. Anthony's breathing was too loud. I had to cover his mouth with my hand. Nothing but silence in the room now.
Hey, yo!
We laid still for so long, I almost thought he wasn't even in the room anymore. I moved my hand away from Anthony's mouth and whispered in his ear, "You think we can make a run for it?"
No!
He was about to answer,
actually, I don't know.
when the most disturbing, memory-haunting scream I'd ever heard filled my ears as Anthony was seemingly dragged out from under the bed.
Oh.
I crawled out and saw him struggling with the man. I desperately looked around for anything to use as a weapon.
Get the lamp!
I settled with the screwdriver sitting on his nightstand.
Oh my
I hurried over to the man and drove the screwdriver into his back. He let go of Anthony as he let out a scream of agony, giving us time to get out of the house.
Oh. Alright. Guys. And, alright. If any more meme right here, you should have aimed for the head.
House. Running onto the road would give away our position too easily. It would take too long to make it to his neighbor's house. We dove for the tree line in the woods and took cover behind a bush, watching the house.
God.
The back door opened as the man stepped outside, looking around the backyard.
There's some Friday the 13th over here,
He then
man.
looked out to the woods. I felt his eyes pass me as he scanned through the tree line. It seemed that it was too dark for him to see us. Then, he turned his head back in our direction. I ducked behind the bush. "Joe, he's coming." "What?"
His name is Joe. Okay.
"Dude, get up, we gotta run." He was right. The man was approaching us fast. How could he have seen us?
They were there. Yeah.
We ran through the woods with the leaves crunching under us, giving away our position. When Anthony tripped over something, I crouched down with him, hoping we had run far enough. Not even 20 seconds later, oncoming footsteps from the direction we were running from came fast.
You can easily hear
They
that.
slowed down only 2 trees away from us, as we lay face down in the leaves.
You could
Moments
easily hear
later,
that.
the footsteps take off in another direction. We waited until we could no longer hear them, and took off back in the direction of the house. While running, over the sound of leaves crushing and my heavy breathing, I could swear I heard leaves crushing from behind us. We made it back to his backyard, into his house, and this time, remembering to shut the back door. We were now able to call the police. Anthony stayed on the line with them, while I patrolled the back windows, making sure nobody was out there.
Actually, isn't the guy on
It was so dark, though, I couldn't see anything. So I did something that seems stupid today. I turned on his backyard lights, and immediately in the distance, over by the woods, I saw him standing in front of a big tree. He turned off back into the woods and disappeared out of sight. That was the last time me or Anthony ever saw him. I would be lying if I told you we heard the occasional knocks at our windows or something cliche. No, that was it. 5 years have passed and nothing has happened. Do I wonder if it was somehow linked to the prank call? Maybe.
Man,
does it make sense? Not really. But yeah, this was the story of how me and my still best friend Anthony almost died during a break-in.
Mr. Anime character over here, Do not. Thank you. Alright, guys. So that's going to be the second story from Mama Arts. So I'll see you when I get the third story. Alright, guys. So I got the third story now. Man, the freaking thing spoiled it. It spoiled it. I freaking spoiled it. 1 second and it already spoiled it. Alright, I don't really care. Alright, this will be the last story for today. Or should I say, tonight? Boom! If anybody got scared by that, comment down below. And also, guys, let me know if you guys want to see more of this, because I'm actually enjoying it, but there won't be a lot, because I'm not really allowed to stay up at night. So, yeah, excuse me. So, yeah, I did record this in the morning. This is the only time I'm going to be recording this in the morning. It's really the only time, because yesterday I was supposed to upload it, but now I'm just doing it in the morning because I have something to do later on, so I'm going to be uploading it later on, edit it in the afternoon, make sure everything's okay, bleep out bad stuff. So yeah, let's just get into the video. And once again, this is not my videos. Subscribe to Mama Arts. These are his videos. Now let's dive in. Or let's lock
It was a typical boring day in calculus.
No, I did my first freaking joke. I made up a joke, and now you want to cut me off. Alright, let's do that. Lockdown. Fortnite dance. Let's lock down into the video.
Only it was Friday, 7th period, meaning the week was almost over and spring break would finally be upon us. So everybody was getting antsy in their seats, I could tell. We didn't have a test that day like a lot of my friends did with their other teachers. So our teacher in the middle of class just decided to start playing games with us on Sporkle.com. He was a very laid-back teacher like that. As we were doing some brand logo quiz on Sporkle, I remember the exact moment it happened. Right after my friend answered a question, I remember the exact answer too, Adidas. The dean's voice came through the loudspeaker. He sounded panicked and frantic as he told all the teachers this was not a drill and to go into lockdown.
Oh no.
I actually got the chills and I got goosebumps on my arms as our usually laid-back teacher too seemed panicked as he ran to turn off the lights and ushered us to the back corner of the room. We all sat in silence for about 2 minutes, and then the usual buzzing that came from a panel in the back of the room ceased, indicating that the school must have cut all the power. We all looked at each other, realizing this must be serious.
Yep.
A few more minutes of waiting later, we heard a man screaming at the top of his lungs coming down the hallway. 2 girls in the class actually started crying, which made all of us even more scared. As the screaming got closer to the classroom, the lunatic-sounding man started banging on the lockers while screaming, "I'll kill all of you." It was at that moment that I started to fear for my life. My teacher shushed us as we all looked at each other to see our peers' reactions. The banging then moved from the lockers to our classroom door. And that's when one of the crying girls screamed no. The banging on the door only grew worse as the man started screaming, "Open up."
Stupid.
2 of the girls in the class were crying out loud now. It felt like an eternity that man was pounding at the door. But eventually, he finally continued down the hallway, screaming like a mentally insane person, until we could not hear him anymore. I'd say 10 minutes later, though it felt like half an hour given the situation, the dean came back on the loudspeaker explaining the situation, which was surprising for him to do. He explained that some apparently mentally unstable person entered the building and a woman sitting at the front desk, causing her to flee the building screaming, and staff wasn't sure if the man was armed or not. Now this was before the school had cameras or could afford proper security, so the school was wide open to something like this happening. The staff had done a sweep of all the hallways and classrooms and couldn't find him, so the dean instructed the teachers to resume teaching but to keep all the doors locked, and to not let any students leave for any reasons. The most disturbing part, however, is that one of the janitors working the night shift found the man sleeping in one of the storage closets near the
He's
back end of
homeless
the
then.
school, and according to rumors that were spread by my peers, sticking out of his pocket was a .44 Magnum.
I knew it.
The janitor
knew
must
he
have
had a
done
gun.
something stupid to wake him up, for example, leaving the closet door open, because by the time a police officer could arrive on the scene, the man was gone. My entire class, as far as I
So, I
know,
think
to this day, has no idea if this man was ever found, but I like to think that right now, he's being given the proper help that he needs.
I guess that's true. He probably does. Alright. Guys. Please subscribe to Llama Arts. These videos are amazing. But next time, we're going on, 1 true story and 2 creepypasta. So, hopefully I remembered that combo that I'm gonna do. So, guys, love you guys. See you guys. I should be making a video tomorrow. But if something comes up tomorrow, then it will be Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm sorry, maybe Wednesday. I know that's a real far pushback. But I'll talk about like a gaming video. It's probably gonna be on Wednesday, but like a reaction video, probably gonna be tomorrow or Tuesday. Sorry, the gaming. I'm gonna have to push the gaming videos back a little bit, cause like I have a lot like this stuff to do other than YouTube, and reaction videos doesn't really take that a lot of time. Also, like on Tuesday, I want to do another reaction video. I want to do more of this, and on Monday, I may just take a break, like a 1-day break. I may upload on Monday, like a short video of like my bake collection, something like that. But guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye and stay legends.